everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my entire Steelbook collection, every Steelbook I own. Now, it's definitely not a massive collection. I have seen people out there with a lot more than me, but it's definitely a pretty decent sized collection. I mean, just check that out. I think there's probably over 100 there. So definitely pretty sweet collection. I love collecting Steelbooks. It is probably my favorite thing to collect. I just love Steelbooks in general. I just love how it's steel. Plus, the artwork is always cool. I just love the artwork on them, and I just love collecting them. And I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you also love collecting Steelbooks. But anyways, if this is your first ever video on my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I love movies, and I love Blu-rays, and I just love collecting things. And most importantly, I love movies. That's what this channel is. It's about movies. I just talk about movies, and I talk about my collection and everything. So if you like that stuff, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It means the world to me. 2018 was a great start to this channel, and 2019 is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see where this channel goes in 2019. Anyways, let's just get into the video. I got a lot to show off. I will be doing it POV style just because it's easier for me that way, and it's already filmed. So let's just get into the video. Alright, so right here is where I keep all my Steelbooks, on this shelf right here in the middle of my room. And I do have some extra Steelbooks because obviously this shelf is full. So I put the extra ones right here, and we will talk about those. But first, we are going to start off with the shelf. And now on top of the shelf, if you guys are interested, I have a bunch of Star Wars just like toys up there. So that is definitely pretty cool. But that is just on top of the shelf. But now let's get into the Steelbooks themselves. Alright. So first up, we have 10 Cloverfield Lane. Really like this movie. This is my favorite Cloverfield movie, and yeah, I really just love this movie, and definitely a cool Steelbook. Venom. Don't love this movie, but definitely a pretty cool looking Steelbook, and it's an enjoyable, fun movie, and I definitely will watch it again. The Shape of Water. Best Picture winner. Good movie. Yeah, it's good, and beautiful Steelbook. Mission Impossible Fallout, my favorite film of 2018, absolute masterpiece of an action movie. I love this movie, and pretty cool Steelbook. That's the back artwork, but yeah, definitely cool. Now this, speaking of great action movies, this is John Wick 1 and 2 on 4K. I love these movies, great action movies, and I cannot wait for John Wick Chapter 3 coming out next May. It Chapter 1, cool Steelbook, definitely really cool. That's the 4K, and I definitely cannot wait for It Chapter 2 next year. Blade Runner 2049, man, masterpiece, one of the greatest films in the past decade. Love this movie, and definitely a very cool Steelbook. Yeah, there you go. Alright, Alien Covenant. Didn't love this movie. It's not a bad movie, just didn't love it, but definitely cool Steelbook. Alright, next up we got Bride of Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is my favorite out of these. Dracula, Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, The Mummy, and The Wolfman. All of the Universal Monster Steelbooks, beautiful Steelbooks, great movies. Like I just said, Creature from the Black Lagoon is my favorite. And then after that, I'd probably have to go The Invisible Man. Both of those are very good movies, but I do love all of them, and those are beautiful Steelbooks that I definitely had to pick up. Alright, next shelf we got Akira, one of the best animes of all time. The Big Lebowski, one of the best comedies of all time. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Braveheart, one of the best war movies of all time. Really love this movie. Mel Gibson is such an underrated director. My God. Boys in the Hood, haven't seen it. Carrie, one of my favorite horror films. Casino, Martin Scorsese is my favorite director of all time, and The Departed is actually my favorite film of all time, and that is actually signed by Mark Wahlberg. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, this movie is a very good movie, and I love Martin Scorsese. Casino Royale, my favorite James Bond. Chinatown. Children of Men. Das Boot. Deepwater Horizon. The Die Hard collection, very good. And then Django Unchained, great Tarantino movie. An Easy Rider, one of the greatest endings to any film ever. Alright, next shelf we got Escape from New York, John Carpenter. Gotta have it, love John Carpenter. We got E.T., Steven Spielberg, you know, it's a classic. Everyone knows that movie. And then we got Fargo, great movie. Let me get down here closer. The Fifth Element, love that movie. Fight Club, but we can't really talk about Fight Club. The Fly, The Fog, Fury, Ghost in the Shell, the animated classic. Halo Legends. I got the Steelbook for $30. Fun fact. Cool looking Steelbook. There's the back to it. Yeah, very cool. The Hateful Eight. Definitely a pretty cool Steelbook and love this movie. Hellboy. Great movie. Inception. Christopher Nolan is one of my favorite directors. Love this movie. And speaking of Christopher Nolan, Interstellar. Beautiful movie. It Follows. One of the best horror movies to come out in the past 10 years, but that's what everyone says because it's a great movie, so gotta love that. Then we got Jurassic Park, one of my favorite films of all time. And we got Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2, love Quentin Tarantino. Gotta own those. These Steelbooks are actually really cool. That's the back, yeah. Let's put those away. Kingsman, The Secret Service. Love Kingsman. Gotta love Kingsman. La La Land. Great movie. Everyone loves that movie. Lone Survivor. Don't love this as much as most people, but definitely not a bad movie. The Longest Day. Really good war movie. Metropolis. Great anime movie. Love this movie. And cool looking Steelbook. Yeah. Next up we got Pineapple Express. Great comedy. Then we got Pokemon, the first movie, Pokemon the movie 2000, Pokemon 3, the movie, good movies. I love Pokemon, so. The Predator, no, not The Predator, just Predator. Prince of Darkness, Psycho. I did a review for this on my channel, so definitely go check that out. But this is one of my favorite horror films of all time, and we all go a little mad sometimes. Reanimator. I think this is the FYE exclusive, but yeah, definitely cool looking Steelbook. Requiem for a Dream. Terribly depressing movie. Oh my goodness. The Return of the Living Dead. The Revenant. Great acting in this movie. Brilliant movie. Salem's Lot. Good movie. Saving Private Ryan, one of the best war films of all time, but yeah, get in there. There we go. Scarface, classic. Gotta love Scarface. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Edgar Wright. Speaking of Edgar Wright, here's another one. Shaun of the Dead. Great zombie movie. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, my all-time favorite horror movie. Absolutely love this movie. I watch that film about once a month. It's just great. Snatch, haven't seen it. The Sting, Best Picture winner. Then we got Super 8, J.J. Abrams and Steven Spielberg. Love this movie. Superbad, one of my favorite comedies of all time. Taxi Driver, just one of my favorite films in general of all time. Absolutely love that movie. Next up, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original classic. Love this movie, childhood movie. Then next up, we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of the greatest horror films of all time, one of the most influential films ever made, and pretty cool looking Steelbook in my opinion. Alright, so that does it for the shelf. There's the shelf again, pretty cool. It's just in the middle of my room, in the background where you guys see. Yeah, definitely cool. But now let's move on to over here. These are the rest of just my normal Steelbooks, but we got They Live. Love this movie. Great fight scene in that movie. Train to Busan. One of the best zombie movies to come out in the past like 10 years. Amazing. The Wizard of Oz, classic. I don't know, it's fine. It's just a classic. I got the Steelbook for cheap. Whiplash, one of my favorite movies of all time. Love this movie. Super intense movie. Just all around great. Oh, let's get my thumb out of the way. Then next up we got Zombieland. Oh, yeah, man. Just an amazing, amazing movie. And Zombieland 2 is actually coming out next year. So pretty curious how that's going to happen, but definitely excited for Zombieland 2. Alright, so next up we have all of my Marvel Steelbooks. Right here are all my X-Men, and then right here are all my MCU Steelbooks. So let's start off with the X-Men. Deadpool 2, don't love this movie, but definitely pretty cool looking Steelbook. Obviously Deadpool, great Steelbook and great movie, way better than the second one. X-Men Days of Future Past, love that movie. And then X2, X-Men United. X-Men, and then X-Men The Last Stand. I want all the X-Men Steelbooks, but as of right now, those are all I have. Now let's go on to the MCU. Don't have all the MCU, but like I said, I want all the MCU, but anyways, let's see what ones I have already. Obviously, there's Thanos. Avengers Infinity War. Amazing movie. What has been said about this movie that hasn't already been said? Just a great movie. Thanos is one of the best villains of all time. Avengers Age of Ultron, and that cool, yeah, pretty cool. The original Avengers, one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. Classic now. Spider-Man Homecoming, really like it. Black Panther, one of the most influential films. Yeah, what has been said about this movie that hasn't already been said? This will probably get nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, so that is definitely pretty cool. Ant-Man and the Wasp, definitely a pretty cool looking Steelbook, and okay movie. Thor the Dark World, my least favorite MCU movie. Don't love this movie, but pretty cool looking Steelbook. Captain America Civil War, easily one of my favorite MCU films. Love this movie. Thor Ragnarok, honestly probably my favorite MCU film. Hilarious movie. Taika Waititi, what an amazing director. And yeah, just an amazing Steelbook, love it. And Korg is one of the best characters ever. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I really want the first Guardians of the Galaxy on Steelbook. And lastly, my last Steelbook is Doctor Strange. Pretty cool looking Steelbook and pretty good movie. But anyways, that is my entire Steelbook collection. But now let's cut it back to the normal view. Yeah guys, that is my entire collection. Quite a bit there. Definitely a decent sized collection, but let me know down in the comments what your favorite pieces in my collection. Probably my favorite pieces, I'd probably have to go with the 4K Steelbooks up there on the top shelf. Really like the 4K Steelbooks. Think they're pretty cool, and 4K is just an awesome format all around, but I definitely just love collecting Steelbooks, and I keep on buying more. So definitely, if you want to stay updated on my collection, hit that subscribe button, because I will keep you up to date on every Steelbook I buy. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It means the world to me, and have a good one.